Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Dice, aka DICEM. And today we got Thanos versus General Zod. So without further ado, let's get it. Thanos without the stones versus Drew Zod. Let's go. Thanos is known as the Mad Titan for a reason. He is an eternal, deviant hybrid, an extraterrestrial being that is very, very powerful. In fact, he's in the same ballpark as the Savage Hulk when it comes to strength, only is much more skilled, and he's able to take out opponents like the Hulk and the Avengers with relative ease. He's actually very, very extremely powerful, to the point where he was able to endure and withstand the power of the Infinity Stones. And we know that this is no easy task, considering the fact that it almost killed the Hulk himself. And Thor didn't even do it. But yeah, Thanos is a savage. He's a conqueror. He literally takes out entire worlds. Even before he had the Infinity Stones, in a similar way to Darkseid, he would manually go planet to planet, causing invasions, where he would brutally, mercilessly execute and completely wipe out half the population of a planet, one planet at a time, committing mass genocide. That's also neglecting to mention Thanos' very extensive army and the fact that he has the Black Order at his disposal. But yeah, when Thanos fought Hulk, we get to see that Thanos is so extremely skilled, so intelligent as a fighter, and so powerful that he was able to fight and lay out the Hulk in only a few moments, as seen here. And he was able to do so without the use of the Infinity Stones. So yeah, Thanos is absolutely incredibly powerful. Thanos can't only dish it out, but he can take it. He can take a hit. And the thing is, he can even spin his blade to block lasers and other projectile ranged attacks. The thing is, he's so powerful that he can even fight all the Avengers at once without the stones. And when he goes up against Thor and worthy Cap, we see that he can actually withstand God lightning. He can withstand and eat the lightning of the God of Thunder himself and worthy Captain America. We get to see here that he easily overpowers Thor. And yes, Thor may have been out of shape, but regardless, Thor is still the God of Thunder. Thanos is near invulnerable. In fact, he's considered invulnerable. Only certain beings can break through his invulnerability. Not only did Thanos fight the Avengers and their allies, but he was also able to withstand the Infinity Stones' power more than once. He did it twice. And though the second time he nearly died, he was still able to take the power that had killed so many before him and nearly killed Hulk on the first try. Thanos' weapons are no joke either, as his Uru blade could splinter and break through Cap's vibranium shield. It can be spun and used as a shield or even a circular saw. Now, General Zod is a Kryptonian warlord, a war criminal and a conqueror. He is masterful as a villain. Absolutely legendary, just an epic brawler. He's an extremely skilled warrior. He was born for the sole purpose to, of course, protect Krypton and his people by any means necessary and be the greatest warrior that Krypton had to offer, the general of its army. Zod can easily lift over 100 tons, and the thing is, the upper limit of his strength isn't exactly known, as I mentioned before. So the thing is, with Zod, we don't know how powerful he is, aside from the fact that he scales to Man of Steel Superman, and the fact that he almost murdered Man of Steel Supes in their fight. Zod's heat vision is a ranged attack that can literally burn through just about anything, if not anything. It's hotter than the surface of the sun, about 5,500 degrees Celsius or 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. The limit to exactly how hot and how powerful Zod's heat vision can become is unknown. And of course, Zod was able to go up against Man of Steel Superman and almost win, but the thing is, in the new Flash movie, he'll be going up against two versions of the Flash as well as Supergirl. We know that Zod is very, very extremely durable, as he can take punches from Superman, kicks from Superman, he can be thrown around and ragdolled by Superman, he can do the same to Superman, he can go blow for blow with him. Zod's suit is an exosuit made of Kryptonian alloy that's extremely durable. He even has a Kryptonian alloy blade that springs up from his wrist gauntlet. Y'all know what this video's titled, so without further ado, let's get into the fight. Thanos teleports directly in front of Zod. Zod looks at him surprised before telling him to kneel before Zod. That's when Thanos tells him there can only be one conqueror. He draws his Uru blade as Zod charges at him so fast that it's like a blur. He punches Thanos in the chest. Thanos' armor is dented as he soars through the air, going flying, crashing down, creating a large crater in the ground as he does so. As Zod leaps into the air, coming crashing down, he goes to stomp on Thanos. Thanos rolls out of the way. He gets up and he runs, charging at Zod. Zod moves out of the way and grips him up by the back of his neck, lifting him up and slamming him to the ground. He turns around. He goes to shoot his heat vision directly at Thanos. Thanos momentarily blocks it with his gauntlet before he begins spinning his Uru blade. He blocks the heat vision with the Uru blade before the blade becomes superheated, as the gauntlet was beginning to become superheated itself, and so the blade turns red hot as then Zod flies forward so fast, and Thanos goes to block his punch with the blade. As it's shattered, the punch hits Thanos, causing him to go flying back once more. But Zod uses his immense super speed and flies forward, sliding across the ground breaking beneath his feet as he grips Thanos up midair by his leg and slams him down like a rag doll directly over his head. He then extracts his wrist blade from the side of his gauntlet and stabs Thanos in the back as Thanos elbows him in the face and grips him into a headlock. He begins constricting his airway, squeezing as hard as he can before Zod hits him with an elbow in the stomach so hard that a shockwave forms around Thanos' stomach as he goes flying back multiple feet before he falls directly on his face and slides across the ground as it cracks beneath him. Thanos slows himself down gradually by stabbing, penetrating his sword straight through the concrete as it cuts through. He stops as Zod flicks his blade into position from his wrist gauntlet. Zod straight up leaps through the air, coming down at Thanos so quickly he barely has time to react, but he does. He reacts as quickly as he can without thinking. He spins his body and dodges out of the way as Zod comes down, his fist hitting the ground, the blade going through the concrete as a crater forms around his fist with a shockwave. As this happens, the shockwave goes flying across the land. Thanos withstands the shockwave as he charges through it. He runs and throws a right hook at Zod. Zod dodges his head back and then kicks Thanos, causing him to slide back very aggressively before Zod goes to run directly at Thanos as Thanos punches him in the face, causing his body to ragdoll and fly around, flipping through the air before crashing down onto the ground. Thanos then runs over to Zod as he kicks him so hard his body goes flying through the air as he slams down to the ground. He gets back up onto his feet as Thanos charges, running at Zod himself. Zod leaps over, and in quick succession, 3 punches are thrown at Thanos, 2 in the chest and 1 in the face. The one in the face hits him so hard that he flies back hundreds of feet before Zod shoots his heat vision directly at him. Thanos lands on his feet and uses the bottom blade of his double-bladed sword to block the attack as it becomes superheated red hot. Thanos wails the blade directly at Zod. Zod catches it and throws it back. Thanos barely manages to catch it by the end of the handle as he realizes the blade has penetrated through his chest. Zod's eyes glow red as he looks directly at Thanos and just shoots his heat vision directly at him. It superheats Thanos' armor before shooting directly into his body, going right through his ribs, right out the back of his body, straight through him. Zod charges at Thanos, flying, sliding across the ground with his wrist blade extracted from his gauntlet as he swings it, one swing decapitating Thanos, cutting his head completely off his shoulders. Winner, General Zod. Anyway, it's been your boy DICEM, I'm Outtie. Comment any recommendations, hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.